Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. I'm AK. JBonez is here. This is episode 345. This is the hottest NFL hour-long show past 11 o'clock on the East Coast. NFL Pick'em Week 16. Here we go. Mr. Thursday night, Mr. Saturday night, doesn't matter.
Mr. Claus giving out presents to all our fans.
Very, very festive. Very festive. Little something for your stocking stuff. How about these little stocking stuffers? Okay. 7 in a row on Thursday night, 2-0 on Saturday nights, 11-5 in Week 15, 24-9 in the last 33 games. That brings us to a total of 123 and 98 overall. Is that good?
Just need a little bit of data. Slow start, some 8 and 8 weeks. I mean, you just need some data. Here we are.
Love it. I see the CBS people stop putting up their Nerds of the Week or whatever it is on their website. They won't even show them anymore because they're a bunch of bums. They can't keep up.
It's going to be very uncomfortable at the CBS Christmas party next year when, we're sitting there sipping on cranberry juice and they know we call them nerds.
Just don't let the Bet Gala get a hold of us because we're going next year. As a crew, we're going. We have to. That's the only way we accept an invite. The whole crew goes. Okay. We've got Week 16 to talk about, but we just had 2 games finish. We had college football playoffs today. We had all kinds of football. And let's just say the NFL is Jake Paul's jaw, and we are Anthony Joshua's right fist. Can we call ourselves that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So normally what we do on the show is we talk about our last week's betting. We just talked about 11-5. We had a couple of wayward sons that shot different directions on us, including our own teams. They let us down, but they also didn't let us down at the same time. We'll go over that. But we had 2 games that just finished. First one was Chicago Bears. All hope was lost, plus 1.5 where we had them. But Romeo Dobbs, thank you for wearing your ridiculous Guardian cap and always getting hurt whenever you drop a football. So they get the onside kick. Caleb Williams goes down, 4th down pass, corner of the end zone to preseason star Jade. What's it, Watkins? Jade Watkins? I don't know. Number 20. And then he throws the bomb to DJ Moore to win the game, walk off after shenanigans, because that's what the Bears do. They blow it, and then the defense somehow, or the special teams, gets a turnover or some ridiculous pick or interception. They rip the ball away from Josh Jacobs. They recover an onside kick, and then boom, lo and behold, Bears are in the end zone. Bears win. Bears cover.
Not bad. It's nice little 1-2 punch you and me. I'll give you something with a spread, but then you draw up the script and tell us how it happens today. The password was shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
How about this? So the Packers' questionable playoff resume at this point with their current record. You go through the Browns, they lost by 3 points. They had a blocked field goal. The Panthers, 3-point loss. They missed a 43-yard field goal. The Cowboys tie game. Block extra point goes the other way for 2 points. And tonight, can't recover the onside kick. That's the theme of the week is special teams. Sean McVay, first time in his career, fired a coach in seasons, fired the special teams coordinator. So he gone. For a hot minute, the Eagles looked scary when fumble in the opening kickoff. Didn't know if they wanted to deal it. Missed 3 field goals. Special teams. If you can consider your special teams, people, that's the difference between a Super Bowl winner and loser.
What do they say? All 3 phases.
Yeah, offense and defense don't look good, though. You get to playoff time. Take
you
the
need
points.
1 phase.
1 phase. Jim Tressel, the punt is the most important play in football.
Why don't you ask Texas A&M? Why don't you ask Oklahoma? I mean, you think Miami's kicker could have used it? I mean, some awful special teams play all around every level of football. Archer is here. How we doing, Archer? Welcome to the show. Get ready for some stocking stuffers. So,
wait, the other one he said. What else did Archer say?
You are the best.
Yeah.
You're the best, Archer.
You're the best.
Welcome in. Also, who's not the best? Jordan Love, because he got hit in the face. The Bears always seem to do it. I don't know how they do it, but they keep doing it. Jordan Love hit in the face. Is there a quarterback controversy in Green Bay?
Yes. Number one, that was a bogus penalty. It's the same thing happened to Ohio State against Trevor Lawrence at the Fiesta Bowl in 2019. Quarterback, that wasn't head hunting. He was going for his chest. Quarterback thunk. Yeah, got hit in the head. Sorry. He did that to himself. Number 2, little mobility made Matt LaFleur very comfortable calling plays for a while.
Yes, it did.
Didn't Jordan Love used to run? There's some
Used to.
around.
Melanie's here. Hello, Melanie. If you're listening to the podcast, we do shout out the audience who's live. We film it from a live virtual audience with the chat and the comments and such. So, yeah, that was man. What? I'm just sitting here like I cannot believe that the Bears that way. I mean, that the atmosphere was electric. Honestly, ironically, you're sitting there watching the JMU Oregon games. You're like me. You got 3 TVs. You got 3 screens. You're not missing any of the actions. But some people flip over. Oh, the JMU game. That thing stinks. College football playoff stinks. Should have been watching Illinois State anyways. Doesn't matter. FCS playoff, magical run. You flip over to Green Bay. You're mad at the G5. They shouldn't let the G5 in. What are you watching? Malik Willis, G5 quarterback. Irony.
Well, you yourself just pointed out the Division II playoff is the football to watch from a college perspective, which probably means we need a Power 5 tournament, G5 tournament, Division II, like
what they need to do. They screwed it up. The G5 is the scapegoat in all this. Okay, they messed up all the conferences by making them too big, and you can't play all your conference opponents. That was their own fault. And now the G5 is going to be the scapegoat for all of this. So
I like when a undefeated Cincinnati and undefeated Boise State, they get a chance. Just because Tulane happened to do well.
I would agree. I don't 2 G5 teams. I love seeing it, but I'm not going to sit here and agree with that should have been happening. But I don't think you should completely X out the G5 altogether. But
they did belong in ahead of Duke, who won their conference. So it's like very
yeah. Well, they're idiots. That's what they do. They set up these impossible scenarios to begin with. That's what I'm saying. JBonez, what mic do you use?
Oh, glad you asked. This is a Maono, Maono. AK told me to get it on Amazon, so I bought it.
It's another version of mine. I think it's the updated version of mine.
The newer version.
Newer version. Okay. Let's head back to last week, then we'll get to this week. We're going to talk a little bit about that Thursday night game because that was insane. Insanity. I thought we had lost the bet until I looked on the screen today, but we didn't. So here we go. We go back so that we can move forward. Last week was an 11-5 week. JBonez, Mr. Thursday Night, 29-28, Falcons over the Bucks, plus 4.5 for the Falcons. Who could have seen this coming? I don't know. Did you watch the videos on our social from JBonez who said Kirk Cousins destroys Todd Bowles' defense every single time? Was that you or was that you?
I did say that. At the Millie Goats.
Slammed it. Plus 4.5, one outright. We come down to the Bears. We think, hey, the Bears plus 7, or the Browns plus 7.5. Bears can't play. Browns defense, this and that. Bears are out. Browns, they're done. Stingy defense, out.
Well, done last week. Maybe this week, though.
Damn it. We come down. Ravens, minus 2.5 at Cincinnati. Joe Burrow in his emo, dark, wide receiver, basically, mode, where he's just spouting off nonsense at the microphone about how life is hard and this and that. And it's like, whoa, man. Okay. But nonetheless, Nick Van Oy, pick 6, pass it off to your safety, let him go the distance. Ravens win and cover 24-0.
Did you look at the box score for that one?
That was a sick, terrible football game that neither
the volume of yards. It doesn't make sense at 0 points. It makes 0 sense.
0. It's the Bengals, though.
Bungles.
It's always been the Bengals strike.
Then
we come down. Cardinals, Texans minus 9.5, hosting the Cardinals, and they absolutely blew the doors off of them. Never a doubt. The Jags, another AFC South powerhouse. We said, hey, can the Jags beat the Jets by more than 11.5? Yes, they can. 48-20. We nailed that.
Shout out Soul Man on that one, who told us to stop being babies and just take the Jags. So
love it. Love it.
Credit where credit is due.
We do that. Hey, if you're in the chat and you're listening to this podcast and you have something strong to say, you say it, and we will clue that in right here on the screen. We come down, the Chiefs, the wheels have come off. It's over. The Chargers bullied them. They beat them up. They broke them. They broke their spirit. Mahomes is injured. We can't even enjoy that the Chiefs stink because you feel bad because Mahomes got hurt. You never want to see anybody do that. But anyways, we lose that one. Chiefs, no. Bills, they were favored by half a point at the Patriots. Massive comeback. Patriots
never
choked.
a doubt.
Yeah, never a doubt. Bills cover minus half a point. We come down to the Giants. They were favored by 2.5 at home against the Commanders. We nailed that. Commanders win 29-21. They were plus 2.5. Boom. There we go. We're off and running again. We come down to the Eagles, who were 12.5-point favorites over the Raiders last week. We didn't believe, but holy cow, do the Raiders suck.
Now, let's pump the brakes on the Raiders suck narrative because, listen,
okay. Yeah,
they gave some teams trouble, all right? They gave the Bears, I think the Bears won by 1 point. You gave, the Patriots actually lost to them same Raiders. Let's go through their schedule. They've got a lot of games where they barely lost, and national media didn't have a problem with it. They still considered the team that won. Here, Chargers beat them by a car. Chargers beat healthy. The Broncos, America's darling, 2 times, barely beat them by 10 points combined. The Bears lost by 1 point. Chargers beat the Eagles beat them, and all of a sudden they're, Division 3. So let's just pump the brakes. Raiders still a professional football team, and should have kept Chip Kelly. What can I say?
Yep. I felt good about it. I really did.
Jaguars, 30-29 in overtime.
We come down, Packers. Or Broncos, we took plus 2.5 versus the Packers. Won by 8. Never a doubt. We come down.
Well, look, we knew tonight's game was a playoff game, and we said both teams would be looking ahead. And unfortunately, the Browns didn't get the memo and laid down, but the Broncos did and won the game. Like a Parsons, rest in peace.
Yep. Yeah, bingo. So then we come down. We took the Rams minus 5.5 over the Lions, and the Rams were out ahead. Well, actually, the Lions were out ahead by like 10 or so, and then the Rams came storming back as the Lions completely collapsed.
Dan Campbell, play caller, literally got to the end of the playbook in the middle of the second quarter. Didn't know what to do.
Yeah, they were cooking.
That's it.
They're like, we're up by 10.
Where's the other pages?
We come down. Everybody, the Panthers. What do you do with the Panthers? They were on the road at New Orleans. Panthers were favored by 2.5. We took the Saints plus 2.5. Guess what? Saints won outright. It's the Panthers. Oh, the 49ers.
We were never going to win that one because Kyle Shanahan would have gone for it on 4th down instead of kicking the field goal if we took the 49ers. So, it's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah. They kicked the field goal late to cover the 13 or to cover the 12.5. We took the Texans plus 12.5. Niners kicked the field goal. They go up by 13 instead of 10. Whoop-de-doo. So that one hurt. Then, hey, the pick of the week, baby. Everybody thought the Seahawks were going to go up there minus 13.5 at home. Here comes Phillip Rivers in his wheelchair and his walker and his cane and all that. They give the Colts 13 points, and we said, you give us that all freaking day long. There is no way the Colts have been winning football games this entire year. They are not a bad team. They're a little limited at the quarterback. And the Seahawks, for whatever reason, don't blow out good teams. They blow out bad teams. The Colts are not a bad team.
Hey, by the numbers, Phil Rivers did an okay job. Didn't make any mistakes. Kept the ball moving.
Got him the lead. They had the lead.
Not too much time on the clock. Kills all his time. Special teams.
Yep. Plus 13.5 Colts. Nailed it. Sunday night. Cowboys. 6.5-point favorites. They lose to the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy tore them up. Vikings are plus 6.5. We said, give us the points. Give us the Vikings. 34-26. This was my fault. I said, let's take the Dolphins.
Tomlin doesn't lose on the Steelers don't lose on Monday Night Football at home.
No.
Can they cover?
20,
sure.
23 and 23 or 24 in a row, whatever it is. They don't lose on Monday night at home.
They
The
don't lose on
Dolphins
Monday at home. They can't score in the first quarter. It's just who they are, who we thought they were.
Unbelievable. They're not good. Like they don't. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had a good game, but that whole check down offense is.
Well, hold on. Counterpoint. They got some receivers now. Adam Thielen blocked his pants off. And in a time when they were sending out three tight ends to play in 3 wide receiver sets and thinking Pat Freiermuth was, had the route tree of a traditional slot receiver, that was a mistake. Now you got Thielen out there. Now you got MVS out there. Hell, maybe Alan Lazard's coming right down the Pennsylvania Turnpike as we speak.
He's a free agent now.
Offense.
He's a free agent. So,
Aaron Rodgers needs. He can't have children catching his balls. He needs guys that know how he thinks so that they can guess on these option plays and get into the soft spots in the zone, and Rodgers will zip it to him.
Yep.
That's how he operates. Doesn't make any sense. He's the only quarterback in the league that can do it. You hear Tom Brady. He says the play was won before the snap. You look at the defense and you make your reads, you make your adjustments right there. Boom, execute the play. No one does that anymore. No one. Rodgers, when he's mind melding with receivers, kind of doing it, kind of scary.
Yeah, but that's you would think that would be. But I guess that's why I get so damn frustrated watching Caleb Williams play because I'm like,
he does not do that.
He gets the ball and just starts bailing on clean pockets and running around, and then he'll throw a football 50 yards on a rope, and everybody's like, "Wow, new age quarterback." I'm like, if the Packers could not fumble the football and get a snap to the quarterback, the game's over, and he looks like an idiot. But no,
we don't know. They still could kick the field goal,
maybe. But anyways, so there you go. That's an 11-5 week. We would have believed in our teams. We would have been 13-2. 13-3.
Well, we believed in them this week.
We did.
And how are we doing so far this week?
Do we? Well, speaking of, let's go ahead and switch the tab because here we are. Now, we go back to Thursday night. One of the craziest games I've ever seen. Never a doubt. Check the socials. There's always a video on Thursday night. If there's a Saturday game, there's going to be a Saturday game or a Saturday video. It just is what it is.
Thursday video, there's going to be a Saturday video.
We had the Puka Nacua drama before the game. You mentioned that. You said distractions. The Rams were up at 13-7 at the half. Seattle takes the lead 14-13 to start the second half. Then the Rams go on a rampage, get up 30-14. Sam Darnold has 2 interceptions, 2 terrible interceptions. Then Rashid Shaheed. Oh my God, they signed Rashid Shaheed. He is electric factory. Punt return touchdown. Crazy 2-point conversion that goes backwards, doesn't go backward. They blew the whistle. They didn't blow the whistle. Snip, snap. Who cares? Seattle had 3 turnovers. Rams had the ball for 40 minutes. They had 600 yards of offense. McVay went for it on 4th down the entire first half.
Matt Stafford, like Dan Campbell out there.
It was crazy.
Something happened last week. They peed in the same fountain and switched places.
Freaky Friday. But anyways, Matt Stafford threw a couple of interception-worthy balls, but nobody ever wants to talk about that.
Old man Stafford just couldn't go 10 rounds on Thursday night.
No. He had a couple of balls that were dropped by defensive backs and he does that a couple in big spots. He'll do that. He will make mistakes. You have to capitalize. Sam Darnold made a good throw to Cooper Kupp on the sideline right before the JSN touchdown.
Cooper Kupp still a Ram? Embrace debate.
Yeah, he ran down the tunnel. He ran down a long way down the tunnel to get him.
Yeah, he kissed.
But
open mouth.
That wasn't even the best part of that play. The best part of the play was the referees. Both of them doing the Degeneration X. Yes. They look like Triple H and Shawn Michaels out there.
Who did I see? Someone on social media was bitching about that. Was it Kelly Stafford?
Maybe. I don't know.
Someone's wife was like, this is fixed.
Oh, my gosh. Get out of here. And then Seattle wins on the 2-point conversion play. We get the Seahawks plus 1.5. Good for us. Anything else to add to that crazy game?
Just crazy. All the way to the wire. Overtime. We started with overtime. We ended with overtime in this little 3-game slate for prime time.
I saw a video somewhere that said this would be the game of the year. You know who that was?
I said that.
That's what I'm saying.
It was the game of the year. People, maybe the Thursday night game of the year. No, it was the game of the year because it meant the NFC West. It meant the 1 seed. Tonight was a good one.
But now,
Ravens was a good one in week 1. But what even comes close to that game?
Now, the Niners have the 1 seed in their hands. Win out. The Niners are the 1 seed.
Control your destiny. Well, you got the Bears, though, right around the corner, don't you?
Colts, Bears, Seahawks.
Oh, man, that's going to be a fun one for you.
That's going to be electric.
Would you rather lose to Matt Stafford or Caleb Williams?
Matt Stafford.
Okay.
Matt Stafford. I can't. The Caleb Williams experience is not going well for me because he doesn't do anything well until he gets bailed out by his defense, and then he does things well. So, anyways.
Yeah, it was Kelly Stafford.
There you go.
Under the bus. Never seen refs get this excited about a catch. Now the blown dead 2-point conversion and illegal man downfield makes sense. Should we be looking into this? Can I get the refs' names? No, Kelly. Remember when she got booed? Detroit? That was cool.
Yes. Yep. Well, she's got a podcast. She's got to make content, so she's got to create a storyline and then talk about it on her show. I get it. She's not fooling anybody. So, Seahawks, boom. Now, some are looking at this. If you can't see it on the podcast, you're listening through your ears. It shows that we didn't click the Eagles. That was my fault because I completely forgot the game started at 5. But if you go back to the socials, all roads lead back there. JBonez picked the Eagles. We're counting it. We would have counted it as a loss anyways. But the pick was out. It was Eagles -6.5. So we had the Seahawks +1.5, Eagles -6.5. Then we took the Bears +1.5. So you can't go 16-0 unless you're 3-0. And that's where we sit. And that is where we lead into today. 1 o'clock. NFC South on the line. 7-7 Bucks. Both of these teams have lost to the Saints consecutively. The Panthers, 7-7 as well. They're in Charlotte. They have lost, 12 or 13 consecutive games as a home favorite.
Oh, my God.
They are not favored in this game, but it goes to show you that the Carolina Panthers, anytime there's hope within the last 6 or 7 years, they let you down. Is this the time where the Panthers turn the tide? There is an incentive in this game. Rico Dowdle secures $1 million this week if he can get 113 scrimmage yards.
How many yards does Mike Evans have? Does he have a nice little record going with
Mike Evans?
1,000. Yeah. Mike Evans. I think.
Yes, that Mike Evans.
That Mike Evans.
Uh-huh.
He gets 1,000 yards every year. Right now he has 272. There's a path.
There's a path. If he could just get 800 yards.
There's a path. It starts with
somebody get Graham Harrell out there.
Sunday.
I like that.
He has 1,000 yards every single season. Last year, 1,000. I remember that was Christmas Eve.
Yes, because the Bucks ran a play.
Yeah, so he's 272. So he's 718 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, and they all get really hyped. So I mean, starts with tomorrow. Just consider that, people. When you put your parlay in, maybe Mike Evans 200-yard day, just to get right back in the pacing. Listen, last week I think was a turning the corner moment. If you've been with us for any amount of time, you know I called out the Bucks have this midseason swoon. They've done it last year, they've done it the year before. They dip, and it's about coming out of the dip. Last week, maybe some signs of coming out of that dip. Despite the loss, Baker Mayfield looked a lot more like 2024 Baker than we've seen all year this year. He was 10.6 air yards per attempt, a season high. 53% of passes downfield, a season high. Biggest revenge game on the card right now is Baker Mayfield versus the Panthers, because whatever happened there rubbed him the wrong way. Rubbed Sam Darnold the wrong way. When they played, what was that, in October? They're still boys. They still chop it up. They still laugh at the Panthers. It was an ugly time for them. I don't know that the Panthers have the confidence to throw the amount they're going to need to. they're probably going to run straight into the strength of the Bucs D. And last week, we saw the Baker yards. It was the first time all year. Mike Evans, Emeka Buka, Chris Godwin, Mr. McMillan on the field at the same time. The Bucs own the Panthers, 5 straight wins, 9 of the last 10, and for that reason, give me the Bucs straight in there. They're going to win the division. They're going to the playoffs.
I love the fact that the Panthers' playoff hopes hinges on the 2 quarterbacks that they released because they play the
play
Bucs,
next week.
Then they play the Seahawks,
and they play the week after. Listen, the NFL's a marathon, not a sprint. You saw with the Colts. At one point, they were the 1 seed. At one point, they had the MVP on their team. Things happen in the league. Last year, after week 2, you thought the Saints were going to win the Super Bowl. Greatest offense you ever seen. They won 2 games that year and fired their head coach. Panthers, great story. They've had great wins along the way. They're 7-7 now. 7-10 is not that far away.
Dave Canales, man.
But build on it. Good momentum.
Yeah. Okay. 1 o'clock game in the AFC. The Buffalo Bills coming off a dramatic win against the New England Patriots to get within striking distance of a division title. They are on the road to play Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. And we have been on the Cleveland Browns at home with that defense that has been shaky in the past few weeks. The Niners went in there a couple of weeks ago and blew them out at home. The Bears just blew them out on the road. Do we trust the Buffalo Bills to go in there and win by more than 10.5 points on the road in Cleveland?
Well, this year the Bills against teams under 500 are 1-4 against the spread, so probably not.
Yikes.
You look at them; they're a slow start team. That kind of plays into a defensive team in the Browns, where you slow start, you give the Browns defense some confidence. Maybe they can grind out a late win. Probably not. Myles Garrett sack watch will be, the story. Get your quad box going so you can see history be made, break that record. And if you need any more, a little marinade on it, the Browns actually have won outright versus the Bills the last 2 times they played in Cleveland, and 3 of the last 4. Maybe not a win outright, but certainly a cover. Bills, get in, get out. They're starting to get healthy. I think we saw James Cook last week really can take over, and that's kind of what they need to be. Josh Allen has his little tricks, but they don't really have a receiver. It's this Josh Allen magic and James Cook running game. Can you get that going? I think the Browns can probably keep both of them in check and cover for that reason. Browns plus 10 and a half.
People are going to be looking at that. The Bills aren't blowing people out, by the way. Not recently.
Well, they have a slow start every week.
Yeah. They're like
they need
plus
a little drama. It's like a squeak it out. You talk about the shenanigans of the Bears. The Bills kind of are a shenanigan team.
They are. Very shenanigans. Okay. 1 o'clock.
High chance of snow also. Not that affects either team, but just something to throw out.
Fun, though. Could be fun. That's a fun watch anytime it's snowing. We move on to 1 o'clock. The Los Angeles Chargers coming off.
Is that every time? Is that a bit?
What?
Moving on to 1 o'clock.
Moving on. I don't know. I don't know. I look at the screen. I'm like,
we've been parked at 1 o'clock for 3 picks now.
1 o'clock. The clock strikes 1 at the crack of 1. The Los Angeles Chargers head to Jerry World for a meaningless game for the Dallas Cowboys as they have been eliminated. 30 years now. It's been what? I saw some sort of stat. It's been 30 years since they played in the NFC title game.
That sounds right.
So I don't know, something like that. Exactly 30 years. Congratulations to all the Cowboys fans. You made it longer than most people's lives to that point. 6-7 and 1 are the Dallas Cowboys. They have nothing to play for. Chargers have everything to play for. Chargers have a terrible offensive line. Justin Herbert's like second in the league in rushing. The Chargers are underdogs on the road here in Jerry World. George Pickens, is he going to play? I don't know. Or actually, he will play. Will he actually contribute? We're not sure. So, do the Cowboys find enough motivation in their hearts to win this football game? Because that's basically what they're saying. They're saying the Cowboys are going to win this game.
I don't like they have nothing to play for narrative because this
Okay.
league will get rid of you very quickly if they think you're a low effort guy, including a good player. So George Pickens is like 2 weeks ago getting a historic extension. Now he's probably a free agent. So like the effort thing matters, especially to an old man like Jerry. This is a weird line too. You're showing -1.5. The real line is flipped Chargers. So there's some value maybe there. Dak playing the Chargers is probably what to look at the most because the Chargers play the second most zone in the NFL. And Dak, when playing zone, 73% completion percentage, which is third best. Chargers allow the fewest passing yards, or probably I'll try this again. Chargers allow the fewest passing points per game, fourth lowest completion rate. Dak lost faith in George Pickens for a hot minute. I think maybe this is where they kind of turn the corner and you get back to some of the George Pickens realizing that he has to step up to make some money in the offseason. But JJ McCarthy just tore them up, and Justin Herbert's better than JJ, right?
Yes. And the Cowboys have zero pass rush.
None. They used to. They traded him to Green Bay.
Yes.
Cowboys did win the last two matchups, 20-17, the exact score, but they haven't beat the Chargers in Dallas since 1990.
I would go Chargers here.
Why were the Cowboys favored in the first place, though?
I don't know.
Feels like a trap. Chargers emotional win last week, finally knocking off the Chiefs and putting closing the door on their casket. A little letdown spot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be ugly. I mean, the Chargers are not going to do what?
I don't think this actually matters for the Chargers.
I don't think it does either.
Because they got the Broncos coming up, and if they win that, they can win the division, I believe.
But they have to win this game.
The Broncos have 2 losses, so they have to win this one if they want the division. And they need help.
So,
chat, what do you got? Anybody in chat have anything to say? Why is he in a Santa suit? He's probably enjoying a cotton candy Alani new eye roll. Oh, what to do? What to do?
What to do? I think this could be a reverse nothing to play for game. Like the Cowboys are going to be like, we're a culture here. Like we have culture. Dak, big leader. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this is the opposite. Be like, I know it doesn't say that we have anything to play for on the TV or on the standings, but this is what we do as a team, and this is who we are. Like this is one for the Gipper kind of game. You know what I mean?
Like the Cowboys beat the Eagles and Chiefs and then lose to the Lions and Vikings. It doesn't make any sense.
They don't make any sense.
By the Broncos. At home. They lost to the Cardinals in prime time. I don't know.
Yeah. Javonte Williams, he gets a $250,000 incentive with just 9 more scrimmage yards.
That's attainable.
So,
what do you want to do?
If I were me, and if I were you, I feel like at the end of this game,
I see a 6 and 7 team favored. It means something. We got to go with it. They're telling us to. They're laying the trap. If people are going to go crazy on the Chargers, something's going to happen. There's your shenanigans of the day. Chargers lose.
Where's
Brandon Aubrey's going to kick 11 field goals.
Where's the money going? Are people on the Chargers?
On the Chargers, they're taking the cheese. 73% taking the cheese. Give me the Cowboys. It doesn't make sense. I like it.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. 0. Okay.
That's how
1
it's
o'clock.
done.
Moving on to the 1 o'clock slot. New York Jets, 3-11, plus 4.5 at the New Orleans Saints. The Tyler Shuck experience is going really well for him.
Is he the best rookie quarterback?
I mean, the Saints are favored by 4.5, and they have come on beating the Panthers and the Bucks. And in walks, is it still Brady Cook?
It's still Brady Cook. Tyrod is officially the backup tomorrow. Tyrod.
Okay. Saints get a chance to get another win. Could go 5-10.
I like the Saints here strictly because the Saints or the Jets secondary is all watching from the hospital. They are all in the IR. Shucking it up. Going against an interim defensive coordinator. I know interim head coaches get some attention, but interim coordinators probably not great. Bloodbath.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson done for the year, I think, right?
Yeah, he's shut down.
Done. So the Jets are they're just trying to get to the finish line.
Now, this is a game they have nothing to play for, but they have this momentum to establish and get something good going in the next year.
Yeah. The Saints are, shuck around and find out, baby. Hey, let's ride with the Saints. Minus 4.5.
I like it.
There you go, Derpy. Derpy says 6-7. I did it for the Cowboys. Okay. Minnesota Vikings. 6-8. Coming off a big win against the Cowboys. 9 is in his full, so many memes being sent around about Matt Stafford with the whole JJ McCarthy memes, all that stuff. They are on the road at the New York Giants. Trade rumors swirling around the New York Giants. Do we keep Jackson Dart? Do we not keep Jackson Dart? Do we trade
Colin Coward?
I don't. There's everybody's saying trade Dart and trade the first
Mendoza.
Jeez, to get Mendoza. So the Giants usually pretty plucky at home, but looks like they've mailed it in. Jackson Dart was in the blue 10 again last week, taking a hit. So matchup wise, Giants Vikings. I feel like this is going to be an absolute disaster for Jackson Dart because of the way that Brian Flores runs the defense.
Yeah, you think Flores gets after a young quarterback like that?
Yeah. So
you go through the Giants' schedule. They have all these just heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss. They got the bump with Jackson Dart when he finally started against the Chargers. Cool. They got the Eagles on a short week when they just didn't care. Otherwise, they blew the Broncos game, got smashed by the Eagles, got killed by the Niners. Probably some chicanery against the Bears. Packers never stood a chance. Lions. Patriots was a blowout. They get a late bye. Commanders destroyed them last week. Give me the Vikings. Just the defense wins championships, right?
Yeah. Yes. That's what I would do.
Brian Flores is a rookie quarterback. Just, boil it down to that.
Yeah, that, and I don't think the Vikings are totally eliminated yet, so they're actually playing for something. But okay. Take the Vikings. Kevin O'Connell is not going to put JJ McCarthy in danger.
They are totally eliminated, for the record.
They are totally eliminated. I got that wrong. So There you go.
How about before today? This is one of the latest that we've had 0 division winners since 2016, I think.
Wow.
But the Eagles took care of that.
NFC West is the toughest division in football. There's really no debate. Has been for the last 20 years. So it's neither here nor there. The Eagles winning, Derpy says the Eagles winning Super Bowl is actually pretty good. The Bears in first place in their division is in position to win it. What is it? What is even the NFL anymore? The Bears are just a conundrum. The quarterback plays like duty for 58 minutes. They get 1, 2, or 3 breaks, and then he turns into Joe Montana throwing to
Playoff football is different. Playoff football is so different than the regular season. Bears got a taste of it tonight. And I don't think Ben Johnson passes the sniff test. He's got to have his growing pains. This is his first playoffs as a head coach. Should have gone for 2 in regulation, probably.
Yep.
His timeouts, they just wasted the timeout with 6:32. You should take the point. You take the points in the playoffs. I know you have this great play drawn up. You're going to, but everybody is just tuned up to 11. They got out with the win, but even we saw on Thursday where, the Seahawks looked like garbage until a punt return. It's going to be their first time in the playoffs. Sam Darnold, without the punt return, his career is probably over, right?
Oh, yeah. Those 2 picks were bad.
Real bad.
There's really he made some good throws down the stretch, but the Rams had like 4 3-and-outs in the fourth quarter, so 3 or 4 3-and-outs in the second half, like in a row. So
it's like we know what LaFleur is in the playoffs. He's going to do something stupid. It really, Niners, Rams, Eagles. Maybe Sean Payton knows what's up and can navigate a playoff
path. can't
Bo
trust the
Nix is
Bills.
questionable there.
The Bills.
The Bills, we know you can't trust in the playoffs. They're going to do something stupid. The Ravens, you can't trust. They forget to run the ball.
Yeah.
The Jags, I mean, they seem like, clock's going to strike midnight any minute. And they're going to turn into a pumpkin. So
that whole, that's. 1:00, Kansas City Chiefs, season over. Travis Kelce. Oh my God, I'm going to play my last 3 games. Chris Jones didn't even know they were eliminated. Pat Mahomes already had his knee surgery. Some debate whether he's going to be back week 1 next year or not. I don't know.
Taking off
Maybe.
that cap is a disaster. They need a
Yes.
year to just pay everyone off and go away and start from scratch.
Yep.
Or get Jeremiah Smith.
Wow. That would be hot. They could draft Jeremiah Love too.
Yeah, this year.
I mean, middle of the first round, take him.
Is it time to put Andy Reid out? He's old too.
It looked like they just didn't have the creativity in the red zone we're used to seeing. Usually they're doing all kinds of nonsense.
Yeah, when Bieniemy was there, Mahomes would run over to Bieniemy, draw a play up. You want to call Wasp? Let's call Wasp. No more Bieniemy, no more creativity.
Keep your friends close, but keep your Bieniemys closer.
Yeah, where's he at?
I don't know. I thought he was in college coaching somewhere. Did he get the Michigan job? Chiefs 6-8 done. Gardner Minshew, Rashee Rice is out. They're going to Tennessee. What?
Are you kidding me? He's the running back coach for the Bears.
What? So there's the mastermind behind everything.
What?
Wow. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Eric Bear enemy. Okay. Chiefs at the Titans. Titans 2-12. Frisky Titans really recently. They've been covering like crazy. Titans are 3.5-point dogs at home. Guess what? Let's take it back. A couple years. Let's take the Titans at home plus 3.5. Come on. Cam Ward.
I like it. I like it. I think Chiefs dead duck. They don't have the talent. They're expensive. Travis Kelce's going away. Titans are choppy. They've been choppy lately.
I like the Titans. I want to do it.
Also, I'm not going to come on here and tell you the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl anymore, people. That ship has sailed.
It's over.
I feel good about saying they're not going to the Super Bowl this year.
Is this the first time we picked against the Chiefs in it's probably maybe all year? No. Yes. Maybe.
No,
we're taking the Titans. Oh yeah. Last 1:00 game, meaningless game for some, not for us, because we've got a reputation to uphold. The Cincinnati Bengals, 4-10, on the road at Miami. Miami's plus 1.5 at home, coming off an absolutely embarrassing loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the Dolphins are at home. Tua benched. Out of here. It's the Quinn Ewers show now.
How did they get rid of him, though? The only way is to trade him. Who's taking that? Niners?
No way. I don't know. That contract is outrageous.
You call this a meaningless game here, trivia for you. We just talked about the Chiefs. Since 2017, the Chiefs have played in 0 meaningless games. So this will be the first 3 added to that register. Can you guess the 2 teams that have never played a meaningless game since 2017?
The Eagles.
Eagles have played 1 meaningless game. Couple more coming up this year.
The Bills?
49ers?
No. Who's been? The Ravens.
Ravens is one of them.
Yep.
Probably could think of the other one is then.
Steelers.
Exactly. Neither one have played a meaningless game. The other side of the coin, the Jets have played 30 and the Giants have played 26.
Meaningless games?
Yes.
What the?
Season's over. It's over. Just whatever.
Get your money back. Goodness gracious. That's bad.
Do you know debuting quarterbacks playing the Cincinnati Bengals are 14-8? We know the Dolphins can run the ball. Just give me the Dolphins. They won the last 3 in Miami against the Bengals.
Well, I mean, it's probably going to be 60 degrees, and
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel's turns into Bill Walsh whenever he's in 60-degree weather. He's out there
What do
looking
we
like
say?
Ralphie.
You saw it today with the Packers. You put the backup in, all of a sudden we're gonna run the ball. We can't trust this guy to throw. And you run the ball, things open, and next thing you know, you can pass the ball. So get Quinn comfortable, run the ball, throw your check downs, get Achane out in space, zip by everyone. Dolphins win and cover.
Love it.
Are they dogs? Is that a +1?
+1.
Right, good
+1.5.
value. Good value.
We move on to the 4.5.
We're done with the 1:00 slate?
We're done with the 1 o'clock, into the
Just
4
like
o'clock.
that. Oh,
Just
man.
like that. Well, we had 3 games already this week.
The days are long, but the weeks are short.
5-9 Falcons, season's over. At the 3-11 Cardinals, season's over. Cardinals are 2.5-point underdogs.
Drake London back.
What?
Drake London back.
Drake London back. We got another Kirk Cousins game. This is, I love a bird matchup. I just feel like this is going to be weird because the Falcons are favored here on the road, and the Cardinals usually at home are usually fairly competitive.
No, the Cardinals stink.
I know they stink. Maybe that was early. Maybe I just have.
Got smeared by the Rams at home. Got beat by 3 at the Jags at home. Niners killed them at home. Packers by 4 at home. This is still when they had a hope. Titans beat them by 1 at home in that disaster of a game. Seahawks came in and beat them by 3. So, it was close. They were close. They played all those close games at the beginning of the year, but it's all leveling out. Here's the question. Is Kirk Cousins playing for another contract, or is he playing for a position in a booth somewhere? Because he's out there at the podium just spitting like
Did
he's
you hear that?
trying
Oh
to
yeah,
yeah. Tony Romo hot seat. They didn't
Yeah.
like him already. I mean, Tony Romo could be out. And he could put Kirk Cousins in tomorrow and get the 2017 Tony Romo experience all over again.
Yeah. I just feel like Kirk Cousins is a lot more likable than Tony Romo, though. Tony Romo seems like a guy who really wants people to like him and think he's smart. Kirk Cousins is just like happy to be there. Walk into your trap, take over your trap.
The league evolves.
It's true.
And when Tony Romo came from the sidelines to the booth and could tell you what he saw and it was still quick to process, it's one thing. The amount of film a starting quarterback is studying is incomprehensible to an announcer, right?
Yeah.
So he's as the league evolves, he can't call the plays. Like that was the whole charm of Tony Romo. Well, I got cover 3. I gotta send the pressure from this linebacker. And they do it. Oh my God, how do you know? Because back then that's how quarterbacks succeed in the NFL. Now, I mean, the Kirk Cousins brain could be, a natural replacement for Tony. He started predicting things. And other guys that came after him started predicting things too and would never get it right. I feel like RG3 would start doing it. You're like, what are you doing, RG3?
Dude, RG3 is insufferable. By the way, I just saw the onside kick again. Romeo Doubs could have just stepped out of the way and the ball would have gone straight out of bounds.
Oh, again, there's this lack of intelligence all over the world. The special teams coordinator should be telling you, just swat the ball out of bounds, take the penalty. Who cares? Don't re-kick it.
Instead, he lets it eat him up, and he looks,
I told you on text, it's the helmet. Couldn't see the ball.
Yeah. So, all right, Falcons or Cardinals?
The Falcons. I keep the Cardinals are just
they're a mess. They're a mess.
No Marv, he's still out.
You can only handle so much Jacoby Brissett during a season. 2 or 3 games. Hey, this guy, I see we can play, and then once you get the best 3 or 4 games of Jacoby Brissett, it's kind of like, yeah, I know why he's a backup, and I see why he's a backup simultaneously.
Yeah, I have a conversation. Jacoby, you said you want to stay on the couch, and I thought that was going to be like a couple day thing, and it's been 6 weeks, and I think it's time.
Ooh, pivotal AFC matchup. How do the Broncos get all these games at home? They get all these big-time games where they're playing at home. It's unbelievable. Jaguars.
Who have they played on the road? The Eagles is one.
Yeah.
They went to Washington. They went to Las Vegas. They went to Chiefs. Went to the Texans. Went to the chart. Oh, they played 2 games very early against the Chargers and the Colts and lost both of them.
Yep. I'm telling you, they've been playing all their marquee games. They played the Packers at home last week. They play the Jags at home this week. They played, they beat the Chiefs at home already. They got a lot of home games, Broncos. So them getting a home field advantage is a very big deal. So
yeah, so Jaguars. They can beat a team by 2 points in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this one.
Me either. Jaguars.
I said on your stream Sunday that the Jags at plus 600 were a feisty AFC champion. I was buying Trevor Lawrence. I'm like, oh, we're taking the Jags on Sunday. This is perfect. I liked it too much that now I like the Broncos, I think. 3.5 doesn't make any sense. They beat teams by 2. They beat teams by 3. They beat teams by 1. They beat teams by 3. They beat teams by 3. They beat teams by 3. They beat them by 1. They beat them by 2. They beat them by 4. We're going into this hoping that the Jags can cover. I mean, it's still the Jags. Remember when they blew that lead against the Texans and Liam Cohen looked like he was so tired of Trevor Lawrence? Now Trevor Lawrence is Heisman, MVP, greatest gift of God. Give me the Broncos. I don't get it. It makes no sense, but give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, the Jaguars pummeled the Jets. They pummeled the Colts when they didn't have what's-his-face. They beat the Titans. They beat the Cardinals. They did beat the Chargers. That was a big win. They blew it against the Texans. They barely beat the Raiders. They got smoked by the Rams. I watched the Jags and I'm like, can we believe the Jags? I don't know. I mean, they're playing the Jets and the Colts and the Titans, whose defenses are all in the Cardinals. Everybody's saying they're having this offensive renaissance. Is the offense better without Travis Hunter? That's really the key here.
They're running the ball better. Travis Etienne looks good.
Yeah. They can get back. Liam Cohen can actually get back to being like, all right, I don't have to worry about throwing this guy all over the field. I can just get back to calling offensive plays. But I'm with you. I think it should be the Broncos. Because hold on. What is the Jaguars? Bo Nix has been playing. Both of these quarterbacks are on the rise, in my opinion. But Bo Nix has been playing decent. Let's see how can you beat the Jags? How do you beat the Jags? Let's look at their defensive stats.
Well, they have a defense. They're just going to stifle them. It's going to be like a 17-10 game.
You cannot run against the Jaguars. This is the best running defense in the league. They allow the least amount of rushing yards. You can throw the football on them. 20th.
Trevor Lawrence hasn't thrown an interception in 3 games. He threw 3 against Arizona and somehow won.
Yeah.
And they've won 5 in a row. They're just due. You can't, I mean, Broncos 12-game home winning streak just means more in Denver.
Well, the Broncos aren't running the football anyways. That's not how they're beating people. Okay, we're taking the Broncos minus 3.5. I'm with you. Prove us wrong, Jags. Prove us wrong. Okay. Another big game. Lions hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Lions, playoff season on the brink, currently in the hunt. Green Bay lost. You're telling me there's a chance Lions maybe sneak in. Who knows? Pittsburgh Steelers, massive win against the Dolphins on Monday night. Anybody remember the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers played a formidable run team? That was the Buffalo Bills. And that's when James Cook ran for gazillion yards all over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, you talk about game logs. Go look at Jahmyr Gibbs' game log. Every other game he scores 3 touchdowns. And guess what he's due for tomorrow? 3 touchdowns.
That is a lot of points for a team that's 8-6 that came off a win against the Dolphins versus a team that just got smoked by the Rams. 7.5 for the Lions. Is that? I mean,
here you want to know why? I'll tell you why.
Come on, give it to me.
TJ Watt and Nick Herbig are out. With TJ off the field, Steelers allow a 71% completion rate, which is second worst. Worst in yards per attempt, and a 5.5 touchdown rate, which is 20th. Then you take Nick Herbig out. He hurts his hamstring against the Dolphins last week. Nick hits 7 sacks, TJ 8 sacks. So they're the only guys that get to the quarterback. With Herbig off the field, that touchdown rate jumps to an even worse 7.1%. Golf without pressure might as well be God. 79% of passes are complete, second best, fourth best in 8.7 yards per attempt. I will say the Lions do play a lot of man coverage. Rodgers loves his man coverage. Or no, the Lions love their man. Rodgers loves his zone. It's a mismatch. Even if the Lions defense remains banged up, I think that they have the schematic advantage. The Steelers, now here's where it gets weird. In our lifetime, the Steelers are 10-1 against the Lions. The last time they played, they tied.
What?
Those injuries are too big. I think the Lions move the ball up and down the field.
Lions
minus coming off a primetime game. Everyone goes, "Oh, they're back. They're gonna go." And this thing is destined for them to be an 8-8 team playing the Ravens for the division.
Oh, playing game, absolutely. Lions minus 7.5.
Be brave.
Okay, Raiders. Massive last of the 4:00 games. Las Vegas Raiders plus 14.5 at the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are absolutely rolling. At one point, what were they, 1-5 or 2-5 at one point?
Beat the Patriots.
Kenny Pickett against this. Oh my! It's at Houston. Oh my gosh! I think they can do it. I think they can cover this. This is such a huge number for 14 for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, they just had 70 yards last week. And the Eagles defense is very good, granted, but the Texans is as well.
What an awful 2 games for Raiders.
Yeah, I know. I didn't write anything down. Just give me the Texans. Figure it out tomorrow.
Yep. There's nothing really to break down there. The only question is Woody Mark's going to play. That's a question. But anywho,
CJ's starting to put it together too.
He is. I like CJ.
It's all right.
I like CJ Stroud.
Not mad about it, but could beat him.
Okay. The 8 o'clock game, the NBC game. What a nice AFC battle we get for the Sunday night football game to lead us into Christmas week. We get the 11-3 Patriots coming off a loss to the Buffalo Bills where they completely collapsed. They are at the Baltimore Ravens. Plus 2.5, New England Patriots. Ravens 7-7. They need this game. If the Steelers lose, like we said they would, Ravens are going to be 8-7. Steelers be 8-7. Patriots, if they lose this game, I think they still have the Jets and the Dolphins. So still could win the AFC East. Pretty likely that they will. But if you're the New England Patriots and you come off giving up a 21-point lead the way that you did when you wouldn't just keep running the football, I think but the Ravens, the way that they won, they're just not a good team, and Lamar's not playing well. Am I
They've
crazy?
had a nice little stretch. The Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns, the Jets, like they're playing bad teams with all these wins. Where I look here is what James Cook did last week, taking over while Milton Williams was out with injury. Seems like a Derrick Henry spot. The Patriots score all their points in the first quarter. They're number 2 in first quarter points per game. If the Ravens can kind of withstand that and still be in the game, I think they slog it out. Derrick Henry gets big yards, big long runs, a couple touchdowns maybe. We'll need Lamar. Get Derrick Henry. Why are they favored? I don't know, but I love it. Favorite pick of the day, Ravens.
The Ravens don't get after the quarterback at all, by the way. 31st in sacks. That's pathetic.
Missing some linemen, though.
AFC North football, it used to mean something. Now these defenses are basically just Swiss cheese. Big tight end game for the Ravens. There you go. BMO.
That's been all year.
Ravens.
The Patriots struggle with like that. Whoever the linebacker's covering. If it's a tight end, it's a tight end. If it's a back out of the backfield, whatever. Who's the backup for the Ravens? A little fast guy. Mitchell? Is that his name?
Yep, Keaton Mitchell. They use all three of them.
Book it.
I love that. Or that
screen.
Ali had a touchdown last week, the guy out of Marshall. He had a long touchdown. And then finally, Game of the week. 8:15 Monday night. My 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts. 49ers, Ricky Pearsall has been ruled out. Juwan Jennings has a whole bunch of incentives that he can hit. He needs 16 more catches for $666,000, 105 receiving yards for $666,000. So $1.3 million on the line for Juwan Jennings. Also, Kendrick Bourne needs to get one more yard for his bonus. Kyle Shanahan is aware. 49ers have won 4 games in a row by a score of 10 points or more, by the way. They're on the road at the Colts. Colts are going to be starting Phillip Rivers. If I'm the Colts, do not be an idiot. Give the ball to Jonathan Taylor over and over and over. For whatever reason, when teams play the 49ers, the Panthers did it. Who'd they just play? The Titans, Tony Pollard was running wild, and they won't run the football. Teams won't run the football against the Niners. I have no idea why. But ever since Brock Purdy's come back, 4 straight wins by 10 or more. He's dialed in. By 6.5?
I don't know. Colts here. So
go ahead.
Phillip Rivers was good enough. Outdoors, on the road, best pass defense. Now he goes back indoors. Lucas Oil inside. Boom. Colts are coming off a stretch of run defenses. They include the number 1 Seahawks, number 4 Jags, number 6 Texans, number 13 Chiefs. Like you just said, number 26 the 49ers. I think you get back to the Jonathan Taylor show. Remind everyone who almost was an MVP in week 2. If Saleh can commit, maybe load the box, stop the run, make Phillip Rivers make some plays, fine. Another double-digit blowout. But I think the Colts can at least keep this to like a field goal game. And the Colts have won the last 5 times they play the 49ers, if you're into that. History. I don't like it.
I don't like it. We picked against the 49ers twice the last 2 weeks, and we've been wrong. I think we have to flip the script. But that could mean that this is the time we're going to be right.
Major game the week after against the Bears.
Both of them. Yeah, I mean, this is the 49ers are in the playoffs right now. They win these 3 games. They are the 1 seed.
I think it's a win and not cover for them.
Okay. If the 49ers win by more than 6.5, that would be 3 weeks in a row we've picked against them and they've covered.
Good for you, though.
Which means I'm in quite a predicament because it's a win-lose, or is it a win-win? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. If they don't cover, we're definitely taking them against the Bears.
Okay. I like that. But if the 49ers win by more than a touchdown, it'd be 3 weeks in a row. What were they?
Well, then at that point, then they're still 11-4, and then they're facing a bye maybe. But then to look at Seattle.
It's gonna be. They get their next 2 games are at home, so they're getting healthy too. I mean, as healthy as they're not going to have Bosa, they're not going to have Michael Williams, they're not going to have Fred Warner. But
have you seen Fred Warner social media?
Yeah.
Is he going to show up in South Philly for the NFC Championship?
There's a chance, based off the procedure he had. So, but. All right, we'll take Colts plus 6.5. I remember, you know what? Was it 4 years ago they played him? Was it 4 years ago? I had the chance to win a Millie Maker in the DraftKings DFS.
Oh, the 49ers cost you?
Yes, it was a Sunday night showdown, and I'm sitting there, and I'm tied for I'm about to win like 15 grand. And I remember saying to Butch, I was like, the only thing that can't happen is if the 49ers turn the ball over. It's a pouring down, pissing rain monsoon was it Monday night or Sunday night? I can't remember. And I'm sitting there in the football room watching these games. And there's like 30 seconds left. And what happens?
Room?
I had a whole room that just had TVs all over the wall and all my trophies and memorabilia. As a football, he was incredible. But the 49ers were down, and they were trying to make a comeback, and it was Garoppolo. And I'm like, the only thing that can't happen here is Jimmy Garoppolo throws a pick. And what does he do? He gets hit from behind. The ball goes straight up in the air, pick to the Indianapolis Colts. I went from winning $15,000 to like $200, all because of that. They would have just turned it over on downs, and I would have won. But
Carson Wentz.
Unbelievable.
Jonathan Taylor, 18 carries, 107 yards, and a touchdown. Carson Wentz scrambled for one. It's just got to be a handed off the Jonathan Taylor game. That's all I want.
That's what it should be. Shane Steichen's got to be smarter than that. Phillip Rivers is smarter than that. He'll check out of he will check into runs all over the place. And he should. Because remember, idiot, what's his face, Canales wouldn't give the ball to Rico Dowdle, and he was averaging like 7 yards a carry. So that's how you beat the Niners. You run the football. So, anyways, we'll take the Colts plus 6.5. All right. What do we think the score is going to be for New England, Baltimore? I think that's going to be an ugly game. I feel like it's like a
24-17.
Yeah, I feel like that's just going to be a weird. I was going to say 23-16, but I'm right
24-17, but the 24-17 where like New England kicks a field goal and does not get the onside kick.
Yeah. 49ers, Colts. I think they're going to put up some points. I think it's going to be like a 28-24.
Yeah.
Win for the Niners.
Yes.
I think they're going to put up some points. There we go. No, we don't want that. Okay, from the top, we're already 3-0. Bucks minus 2.5 at the Panthers. Browns plus 10.5 hosting the Bills. Cowboys minus 1.5 hosting the Chargers. Saints minus 4.5 hosting the Jets. Vikings minus 2.5 at the Giants. Titans plus 3.5 hosting the Chiefs. Dolphins plus 1.5 hosting the Bengals. Falcons minus 2.5 at the Cardinals. Broncos minus 3.5 hosting the Jags. Lions minus 7.5 hosting the Steelers. Texans minus 14.5 hosting the Raiders. Ravens minus 2.5 hosting the Patriots. Colts plus 6.5 hosting the 49ers. There it is. 16-0.
13 more wins tomorrow. Let's go.
Damn it. I hate looking at picking against the Niners, but it's smart. Smart. But I want the Niners to win. Okay.
Hey, like and subscribe because there's 3 games on Thursday and 2 games on Saturday, so there'll be a little TikTok. They're not good games on Thursday. Don't get too excited. They're very bad games.
You need to subscribe and listen because otherwise, what else are you going to watch? Like, why else would you watch other than to let's sprinkle in some prop bets, maybe, and all that stuff.
Have you seen who's playing on Christmas?
It's
the NFL's like, we nailed it. We got great games everywhere. Playoff teams, playoff implications. No, Cowboys and Commanders, dead.
Ugh.
Lions and Vikings. Broncos, Chiefs, dead. Hey, did you see Dan Campbell post game? He was very pissed off that the Eagles went for 2, which seemed like the Eagles went for 2 so they could say that Jake Elliott was hurt and that's why he missed the field goals and they could put him on injured reserve and they could pay him, even though he stinks.
Dan Quinn.
Cut him. Yeah. Dan Quinn's we get him in 2. He's starting picking a fight against the Eagles backups when they're, resting players in week 18. Good job, Dan Quinn. Don't know why you punted with 6 minutes left, but
coward. We're gonna hit Josh Johnson versus Dak Prescott.
Tanner McKee. It's a showcase game. Tanner McKee maybe could get some.
Mike Flynn himself.
Someone could get hype for Tanner.
Or Matt Flynn. Sorry, Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on socials for more tidbits and Twitters
Nuggets.
and videos and advice. Not advice.
Impartial prognostication.
Impartial prognostication.
Hashtag.
Incredible. All right, everybody. We will see you tomorrow night for the recap of the college football playoffs and the NFLs and so on and so forth. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Enjoy. Some people are probably off. See you later, everybody. Go Niners.